The other day I was thinking about how people usually play the game. Some people tend to just react, and others think the game really hard and calculate every single move. Me personally, I'm that type of player where I really calculate every move I'm making. If I see somebody, I want to calculate their footwork. I'm kind of a perfectionist in that way where if I see you make a good move or you make a good move on me, I want you to do it again so I can see that shit so I can do it myself. And as you guys already know, we talk about basketball here. We relate things to basketball, but this can be used in life and in even other sports. You can think of it in your own sport. If you're watching this and you are a swimmer, think about it in that way with your competition. If you play baseball, think about it like that with your shortstop buddy or whatever. But a lot of players tend to go off strength and athleticism, and other guys will watch film and they'll calculate their moves and their angles. And a guy that comes to mind with this is a guy like Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is one of those guys that you watch and you really have to pay attention to the details that he's putting into his moves, because how the hell does that little guy get so open and how does he make it look so easy? It's one thing for Luka Doncic, right, to hit a move on somebody and get open like he does. It's another for a 5'11", 6-foot chunky guy to get a shot off and nothing but net it over a 6'8" defender that can move his feet really well. This kind of thing that I was thinking reminded me of a quote that really stuck with me when I first heard it from Steve Kerr, and I think it was the time when I really first thought like, I really had to self-assess myself and be like, do I really play how I am as a person?
People play basketball the way they live their life, and I think that's really accurate. You can see what a guy's about. You can see who he is by watching him play basketball.
Yeah, I am the person I play like. So if I start to think along the lines of if I enhance myself as a person, of course physically, but more so I'm talking mentally, can I be a better player? And in my mind, I was like, yeah, wait. Like, I've had some passive tendencies when I play basketball, and then I carry that into real life. Am I a pushover in real life? No way, I can't be. And so that's what got me into meditating. That's what got me into taking care of myself as a person, manifesting, writing things down, really imagining the type of life you want to live. Because if you want to live a certain life, that was put in your mind for a reason. And although it gets hard when people downplay it or they're like, oh, that goes too high, like ain't no way, like the odds are so stacked against you. Think about if the people that are up there where you want to be, what if they thought like that? Nobody ever believed in them. What if they saw themselves as, not that creative, not that special? And we wouldn't have the Steph Currys. We wouldn't have the Jalen Brunsons. We wouldn't have the Drakes. Drake just dropped an album, and I just found out that the album he dropped was actually not one. It was 3. So I'm super excited about new music. But that's besides the point. We wouldn't have people like this. We wouldn't have these great artists like Michael Jackson. We wouldn't have Van Gogh. We wouldn't have any of these people. But where do they create from? They operate from a me perspective. They operate from a I am special and I have something to offer. So let's talk about the type of people that I see on the court that maybe you can relate to, and you have some of these people in mind as well. Maybe they're a teammate, maybe they're an opponent that comes to mind. But here they are, people with high temper. Think about a person with a high temper when they don't get a call go their way, or the coach takes them out of the game earlier than they thought. That person probably has a high temper too whenever they get a bad grade, or whenever something doesn't go their way, or their mom talks to them a certain type of way that they don't like. That person probably carries that high temper onto real life, and that could be you. That's not a problem. I'm not saying you're an angry person. But we have to realize these things and realize the things that we need to work on to make us not only better people, but ultimately better ball players. The person with a lot of confidence on the court. Do you think Anthony Edwards goes out on the court and puts on a mask of like confidence? No, he carries that into every single workout. He's gonna speak his truth. The timid and shy guy on the court is probably also timid and very shy in the classroom. He probably wouldn't raise his hand even though he knows the right answer. But that's how he is on the court as well. That's the point I'm trying to make. And the leader on the court is probably a leader in real life. That is a guy you see walk around, the way he walks, the way he talks, everything about him. He's aura farming. And he's not aura farming on purpose, but that's the way he carries himself. He's confident, he's a leader, and he's leading by example. He's not a pushover, and he has pride. He has a sense of competitiveness, but things don't shake him. And that's the point we're trying to get to. Ultimately, playing like who we are as humans, we will be better. Don't be a person that just reacts. Don't be a person with that high temper. Don't be a person that just right away, they don't get their way, and boom. Now it's my way or the fucking highway. And I'm not talking about flow state. I want to make that very clear, because flow state is something very special we can all tap into. And that's when you're like an unconscious level of I'm so focused and everything that I've practiced I feel so good in that all I have to do is just go out there and do my thing. Do the thing that I've been doing for so long. I just don't even have to think about it no more. But in order to get to that point, you have to really, really practice for hours and hours and hours. Whether it be putting shots up, whether it be multiple dribbles, whether it be you need to work on your mind. So it's hours and hours of meditation, because eventually everyone is going to be athletic. If you get to the D1 level, or if you get to college, or even the NBA, everyone is going to be at that level. Everyone is going to be athletic there. Same thing with life. At some point, you're going to go up so many levels that the only way to separate yourself is going to be the very, very intricate details. It's going to be, how do I think and how do I obsess so hard that at this point, me and my competition are so close that I have to differentiate myself right now. I have to use something other than my jumping skills, other than my speed, in order to outshine the competition. So of course, like I said, we're not all animals. Anybody that knows me knows I love my animals, so I'm not saying that in a really, really bad way. It's actually pretty ironic that as I'm talking about this, I'm killing a cow in Minecraft. That is one of the things I hate the most about this game, is killing the animals. Okay, now back to the video. But since we're not all animals, why act like them? We don't have to. We have so many more capabilities and so much more potential to unlock. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, like always, like and subscribe when you're down there if you did enjoy the video. And comment down below what else you guys want to hear, what other topics you guys want me to discuss. But I'll see you guys next time. Nos vemos.